don't breathe through your lungs. You only breathe when the oxygen's in the blood. You breathe through your blood, not through your lungs. So that's part of our miseducation, because we actually think we hear with our ears. You hear with your brain. The sound is picked up and put in the blood, and the blood takes it to the brain, and the brain hears. You hear with your brain, you see with your brain, you touch with your brain, you taste with your brain. So we got it. That's part of our miseducation I was telling you about. The organ that takes the most oxygen is your brain. So when you're starving for oxygen, your brain's starving for oxygen. When the brain says, I'm starving, I need more nutrients, so it says, I better step up the estrogen, because estrogen holds moisture and nutrients. So it's going to throw your hormone level off. You see, so I know I got to balance your hormone level, because that's been thrown off. It's just basic kind of science. Anything that's different has a different pH, as they call it. So I had to balance that ratio, because you're suffering with the wrong ratio, because the body says, I'm in a crisis. If I'm in a crisis, I'm going to go dire stress. Not only explain dire stress, you do much better with it than I do.
Under dire stress, your digestive system says, I'm not going to digest food. Your immune system says, I can't fight disease.
That's the I in dire stress, she's just saying. D.
The R in dire stress is your reproductive system. You're not going to reproduce anything. And you really, when you're under stress, most sane people don't want to. Your E is your excretory system. Your excretory system is the ability of your body to be able to excrete waste. So when the body's under stress, it can't digest. You have to come out of the stress. And when you come out of the stress, then you can digest the food. And a lot of people get sick because they're under stress. And if you're under stress for long periods of time, say if you've been under stress for 6 months, your digestive system hasn't been working for 6 months. Body is only going to do one thing at a time. You want me to digest this food? Get out of stress.
What we're trying to do is say that the lungs are stressed. Now we know that oil goes to the lungs. So when people smoke, the smoke is carrying the oils, which they call nicotine. The smoke is carrying the cannabinol, and all that goes to the lungs and clogs them up. Well, we know that. We know that things that pull the moisture out of tissue pulls the moisture out of lungs. The body carries waste out that it can't get out the body through peeing, and a bowel movement says, well, I can only pee through the lungs. That's snot. That's the body carrying waste out through snot. And the body carries the waste out and dumps it in your lungs. You see? And it says, that's the way I got to get the waste out. So it dumps it in the lungs, and then you cough to loosen it up and throw it out. That's why I said you're just peeing through your lungs. So we got to increase the efficiency of the kidneys to get rid of this waste so it don't have to go to the lungs. You see, so you need something for the kidneys. It sounds, I'm trying to draw the picture here. You say lungs, I better take something for cough and cold. I'm saying, no, you got to take some for your kidneys, because your kidneys going to get rid of the waste so it won't be dumped into the lungs. You have to get away from the salt, because if you crave salt, you got to crave sugar. If you crave sugar, you got to crave salt. That's why they have salt and sugar in every candy bar. So if you crave sugar, you want some salt. You want some salt, you crave sugar. So you got to get off of those two, because it's going to pull moisture out of the tissues of your lungs. You got to strengthen your kidneys so they can transport the waste so they won't try to dump it into the lungs.